I don't know what to say. I even have notes and I still don't know what to say. Hi there, friends. If you're new, welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, then welcome back. For those of you who have been with me for a little bit of time, you might recognize this setup. Yes, I'm filming back home in my room at my parents' house back in North Carolina, and this video is to talk about the fact that, for anyone who doesn't know yet, I have moved home to North Carolina, as you probably already know from the title of the video. But I just wanted to make a little video to talk about the fact that I moved home, kind of give a little bit of an update before I jump into more content on my channel, and also kind of address the fact that I know that over the past year there's been like a significant decrease in content on this channel. So yeah, quick disclaimer though, it is starting to rain and I can hear thunder rumbling, so if you hear like weird rumbling, it's thunder. Yeah. Backstory for anyone who doesn't know. The year after I graduated college, I did my master's in London in arts administration, fell head over heels in London, was seeing theater all the time, reviewing theater, interning at my dream theater, just completely in love with that city. And then my year of my master's program was up and I had to move home because of visas. And I chose to move to New York because I felt like that was the natural next step. And I moved to New York in last October, moved in with two friends of mine, and got a job at a software company, working in customer support, a software company that did software for theaters, and was living there, doing some reviews for Broadway World. I really didn't put up any content. I mean, I had a few videos here and there, but felt very creatively stifled in New York. I'm not really sure why still, but I really struggled to get blog content and YouTube content and stuff created. Was working full-time, obviously, which was a part of it, but also just like wasn't feeling creative, wasn't feeling inspired, couldn't seem to push myself to do any of it. I struggled with New York kind of from the beginning. I had only been there a couple of weeks when I started thinking that it was a mistake. I don't hate New York City, it's not that. I really like it as a place to visit and I really admire people who can live there full time, but it's just not my thing. It's not a good fit for me, and I realized that pretty soon on. Took several months waiting to see if that feeling changed, thinking that maybe it was just a time thing, an adjustment thing. Saw a therapist to kind of work through the adjustment because obviously like I'd had a lot of adjustment very rapidly from like graduating, moving to a different country, moving back but to one of the biggest cities in America. By a certain amount of time, I realized that the way that I was feeling wasn't really changing. I was, had better coping mechanisms and had figured out a way to live there, but wasn't happy. And so I decided that it was time to move to North Carolina. I realized I was always much, much happier whenever I was here. I was also coming down to North Carolina quite a bit, like almost once a month, and decided that that was enough of being at LaGuardia Airport and decided to move back. So I moved back home in June, was planning on moving over the summer because my lease is up in New York during the summer, but then started applying for jobs and got a job really rapidly, which kind of moved up my moving date. So I'm living with my parents for a while until my apartment in New York is kind of paid off for the rest of our lease, and then I will get an apartment in North Carolina. Had several reasons for moving here. The main one was just like to have a better quality of life, both in terms of the fact that I was really unhappy in New York and really missed North Carolina, but also in terms of the fact that I didn't see a reason to stay in New York because everything was super expensive if I wasn't super happy there. And I'm just really excited to be near my family, near the friends that I have here, but my mom's entire family lives in the area or in the state, so I'm going to get to see my cousins and my aunts and uncles and my cousins' kids, and of course my parents and my sister and my dog a lot more, which is really exciting for me because I'm very close to my family. So that's really exciting. Get excited. My sister and I have some content planned for this channel, so that'll be really great. And kind of just wanting a different pace of life, and I'm really thrilled. I've been here about 2 weeks at this point, and well, I guess 2.5 weeks now, and I have started my job. I'm working a new job, 9 to 5 hours, which is great because before I was 10 to 6, and it kind of felt like by the time I got home my day was gone. So loving the 9 to 5 thus far, don't even mind getting up earlier. Loving the people at my job, loving what I'm doing. I'm working more in kind of content and production, and just really in love with it thus far. I'm just thrilled, even though it's like a million degrees outside. I'm really excited to be here, really excited to be reunited with barbecue. I'm really happy thus far. Of course, I miss my friends in New York and I miss the theater scene, but I'm very excited to say that I am now a critic for Broadway World Raleigh, which has been really lucky that I've, gotten to transition from Broadway World London to Broadway World New York to Broadway World Raleigh. So I'm going to be doing reviews for them, which is so exciting. I already have my first one lined up in August. And a huge shout out to everybody at Broadway World for being so accommodating with all of that. And I'm really excited to see some North Carolina theater and get involved with the theater scene here. I also am, of course, continuing to be a member on Next Best Picture. If you don't know, that is the podcast and film website that I'm a part of. I'm also a part of their subset Next Best Theater. So I'll leave a link to that down below if anybody wants to check it out. If anybody wants to give us a rating on iTunes, we're trying to hit 200. But that's really exciting to continue getting to do those podcasts and reviews and blog posts, which is such a wonderful part of my life and really became, whenever I was in New York, one of the best parts of my life. And I'm really grateful to the whole team because they are all really lovely friends of mine. But I'm really excited to continue and maybe even get to do some more of that now that I'm not so taken up by kind of living in the city and it taking forever to get anywhere and all of that. And finally, one of the exciting things about moving back to North Carolina is that I have so much content lined up for you guys here on YouTube and on my blog. I've got several blog posts in the making. I've got some YouTube videos lined up. I'm finally getting around to, I started editing my Disneyland Paris video, which I literally filmed almost a year ago whenever Rhiannon and I went to Disneyland Paris, and I just have never been able to get myself to edit it because I was dealing with my dissertation being due right after that, and then I moved home from London and I was really sad and also really stressed about the move to New York, and then I moved and everything was just kind of crazy, and then I lost all creative drive. But I'm finally editing it, so that's coming. I think Hannah and I are going to film a review of Beetlejuice the musical, which I'm super obsessed with right now, and I just have some really great ideas, but I also want to know what kind of content you guys want to see. So do let me know if there are videos that you'd like to see, blog posts, anything like that, and I'll try and make it happen because I'd love to hear what kind of content you guys like to see on this channel and on my blog. But yeah, basically I'm very excited to be here, to be spending time with my family, to see some North Carolina historic sites and explore more of the state. I feel like the Raleigh area has really changed since I was in high school and I lived here full-time last, and it seems like it's a much cooler place for young people than or at least than I perceived it to be whenever I was in my teen years. So I'm really excited to explore some of the area and to create a lot of content for Broadway World and Next Best Picture and my own channels. So I am feeling really creatively inspired, and I'm just really happy to be here. So get excited for all the content coming your way. And I also have a New York room tour that I filmed, which I will edit and upload now at some point soon. But yeah, basically, I was gonna say TLDR, but first of all, you're not reading this, and second of all, if you've made it this far, you've made it through the video. But TLDR, I left New York. I'm living in North Carolina now. I'm super happy about it, and I'm feeling super inspired to create a bunch of content and want to know what you want to see. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up because that just makes me really happy and also helps the algorithm somehow. I don't completely understand the technology behind it. But also, if you are not subscribed to my channel already, I would love to have you with me. I'm inching towards my goal for the year, and it looks like it's actually possible, which would be really thrilling. And also, I'll leave links to my social media down below and my blog and the other places that I write for in case you want to check any of that out, because I'd love to connect with you on social media. Otherwise, I'll see you again very soon, and this time I do actually mean it. And have a great day. Bye! Hannah, that's where I'm sitting.
It's my seat, my video.
Hannah, this is my video. Get out of here.
No, I filmed video.
Mom!